You wake up, check your bank account, and breathe a sigh of relief. Your savings are still there, your investments are holding steady, and life feels secure. But what if I told you that financial security is just an illusion? That right now, while you're watching this, your wealth is slowly losing value without you realizing it? Inflation, banking risks, a debt bubble bigger than ever before. The real question isn't, how much money do you have? It's, how much of it will still be worth something in 5 years? Today, we're diving into what's threatening your money, and more importantly, how to protect it before it's too late. But first, hit that subscribe button so you never miss critical financial insights that could save your wealth. All right, let's break down the hidden dangers you're facing and how to fight back. Before you even think about growing your wealth, let's expose the hidden threats that are silently draining it away. These dangers don't announce themselves. They creep in unnoticed, sabotaging your financial future while you're busy with everyday life. So, what exactly is stealing your money right now? Let's dive in. Most people think financial danger looks like a stock market crash or a lost job. But the biggest threats? They work in the background, draining your wealth silently. And the worst part? Most people don't realize it's happening until it's too late. By the time they notice, their money has already lost value, their expenses have doubled, and their financial safety net has vanished. But here's the good news. You can get ahead of the curve if you take action now. Let's break this down. Imagine if you had $10,000 in cash just sitting there in the year 2000. Today, that same $10,000 buys you half as much. This isn't bad luck. It's inflation slowly robbing you blind. Inflation is tricky because it doesn't announce itself. It doesn't knock on your door and say, "Hey, I'm about to make your money worth less." No, it works silently, creeping into your grocery bills, rent, healthcare costs, until one day you realize you need twice as much to maintain the same lifestyle. It's like your money is on a treadmill, running hard but getting nowhere. They tell you inflation is just 3%. But have you seen grocery prices? Rent? Gas? Your real cost of living is rising way faster. And here's the kicker. When wages don't keep up, your purchasing power shrinks even more. If you're saving in dollars and doing nothing else, you're already losing the game. So, how do you protect your wealth? Start by converting some of your savings into assets that naturally hedge against inflation. Things like real estate, commodities, or dividend-paying stocks. And most importantly, stop relying on cash as your safety net, because in reality, cash is a melting ice cube. And here's where it gets even more dangerous. The inflation you see today is nothing compared to what could happen in the next decade. Governments are printing money at record rates, and history tells us that when this happens, currencies lose value fast. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to protect yourself. The solution? Get ahead by diversifying your money before it's too late. Now that we've uncovered the secrets of inflation and how to shield ourselves from its effects, let's dive into an equally critical topic: banking risks. Think your money is safe in the bank? Think again. Banks use fractional reserve banking, meaning they don't actually keep all your money. If enough people withdraw at once, boom, bank run. And if the bank collapses, well, your money just disappears. You see, banks don't operate the way most people assume. They lend out your deposits multiple times over, making huge profits while keeping only a fraction of the actual cash on hand. That works fine, until it doesn't. Remember the 2008 financial crisis? Banks were over-leveraged, and when panic set in, ordinary people were the ones left scrambling. And while the FDIC claims to insure deposits, do you really trust a government bailout when things go south? There's a reason the wealthiest people don't rely on banks alone. They diversify where they keep their wealth. How to protect your wealth? Don't keep all your money in a single bank. Open multiple accounts, including at credit unions, which tend to be more stable in economic downturns. Consider storing some of your funds in alternative places, like a mix of digital assets, foreign currency, or even a personal safe for short-term cash reserves. Your money should work for you, not just sit in a system that profits off lending it out. And here's something most people don't realize. Banks can legally freeze your accounts. If there's a crisis, or even if you just withdraw too much at once, your money could be locked away from you when you need it most. That's why the wealthy always keep liquid assets outside the banking system. Diversification isn't a luxury, it's survival. Let's dive into a ticking financial time bomb. The debt bubble, a fragile house of cards teetering on the edge, just one gust away from collapse. Governments, corporations, and people like you and me are buried under debt. When that bubble bursts, inflation spikes, interest rates soar, jobs vanish. Sounds crazy? It's happened before. And guess who suffers the most? The people who didn't prepare. Here's the harsh truth. Debt fuels the modern economy, but it also creates ticking time bombs. We're in an era where people are financing everything: homes, cars, vacations, even small daily expenses. The problem? When economic downturns hit, those debts don't go away. They become impossible to pay back. Interest rates on credit cards, mortgages, and loans don't stay low forever. If the economy shifts, you could suddenly find yourself paying double or triple in interest. And when people start defaulting on loans, the ripple effects spread, causing layoffs, bankruptcies, and an economic downward spiral. And now you might be wondering, how to protect my money? Start reducing high-interest debt now, especially anything with a variable interest rate. If you own a home, look into locking in a fixed-rate mortgage before rates rise further. Be mindful of taking on new debt and focus on increasing your cash flow through investments, side income, or passive income streams. Here's the thing. The people who thrive in downturns are the ones who prepared ahead of time. The difference between those who struggle and those who come out stronger. A simple plan to control debt, own real assets, and generate income outside the traditional system. Now that we've covered the silent killers of wealth, let's dive into what actually happens when a financial crisis hits, and how history proves that waiting to act is the worst mistake you can make. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. Ever heard of the Weimar Republic in the 1920s? People needed a wheelbarrow full of cash to buy a loaf of bread. Imagine waking up and realizing the money in your bank account is worth half of what it was yesterday. Now, think about Venezuela. Just a few years ago, people were trading food instead of cash because their currency became worthless overnight. These aren't ancient tales. They are real-life economic collapses that left millions financially stranded. Every financial collapse begins with the same warning signs: massive debt, reckless money printing, and a false sense of security. Sound familiar? History has shown that financial collapses happen fast. One moment, everything seems stable. The next, banks freeze accounts. Governments impose withdrawal limits, and prices skyrocket. By the time the average person realizes what's happening, the financial system has already locked them out. The only way to avoid this fate is to prepare before the storm hits. Would you put all your eggs in one basket and hope it doesn't fall? Then why do so many people do that with their money? Wealth preservation starts with spreading your money across multiple asset classes. Relying on a single currency or investment is like playing financial roulette. One bad spin and you're wiped out. The ultra-wealthy don't take that risk. They position themselves wisely, holding a mix of precious metals, real estate, and international investments. While others panic when markets crash, those who planned ahead stay in control. Think about your income. If your salary disappeared tomorrow, how long could you survive? Savings alone are a temporary safety net, but only if prices remain stable. When inflation skyrockets, cash loses value faster than you can save it. The real safety net? Cash flow. Those who own rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, or businesses continue to earn even when the economy wobbles. Those who survive financial downturns aren't the ones who stockpiled cash under their mattresses. They're the ones who built wealth that works for them no matter what. And then there's the emergency fund dilemma. Is your emergency fund actually an emergency fund, or just a slow-burning pile of cash losing value? Keeping all your money in a single currency, especially in cash, is like trying to hold water in your hands. It slips away over time. A smarter approach to protect your wealth. Store your reserves in different forms: liquid cash for quick access, assets like gold that retain value, and a portion in foreign currency or stable international investments. That way, no matter what happens to your local economy, you still have options. Now that we've seen how financial crises unfold and why most people fail to prepare, let's get into the specific steps you can take today to ensure that no matter what happens in the economy, your money remains protected. If you want to know how to keep your wealth safe, stop thinking like the average person and start thinking like the wealthy. Those who thrive during financial instability don't just have more money, they have a completely different mindset about money itself. They understand that wealth isn't just about how much you make, but how you manage, grow, and protect what you already have. Financial knowledge is the first layer of protection. Most people follow outdated advice, work hard, save money, and invest in a retirement plan. Sounds responsible, right? Except that inflation eats away at savings, financial markets fluctuate, and retirement plans are built on unpredictable variables. The wealthy treat money like a science, constantly learning, adapting, and adjusting. They read financial books, study investment strategies, and stay informed about economic shifts. The truth is, money flows to those who understand how to control it. As Warren Buffett once said, the more you learn, the more you earn. The question is, are you making financial education a priority, or just hoping for the best? But wealth isn't just about numbers, it's about who you know. When financial crises hit, the people with strong networks find the best opportunities. Who's in your circle? Are you surrounded by people who are financially savvy, or do you get your money advice from social media influencers with no real experience? The wealthy build relationships with real estate investors, business owners, and financial experts, people who create wealth, not just consume it. During economic downturns, they don't panic. They tap into their network for insights, deals, and strategies that the average person never hears about. Adaptability is the most underrated financial skill. The world is changing fast. Entire industries rise and fall in a matter of years. The people who suffer the most are the ones who refuse to adapt. The wealthy don't cling to outdated financial strategies. They pivot, adjust, and capitalize on new opportunities. If one income stream dries up, they have others ready to take its place. If an investment stops working, they find a new one. The ability to adapt separates those who struggle from those who thrive. Are you willing to change, or are you holding on to a financial strategy that's sinking? Now that you know how the wealthy think, let's move from theory to action. How can you apply these strategies today to protect your money and secure your future? Let's break it down. Billionaires don't just leave their cash sitting in a bank, watching it lose value. They play the money game differently, moving strategically to fortify their wealth against financial chaos. They know that real financial security comes from owning businesses, acquiring assets that generate income, and ensuring their money isn't tied to just one country's economy. While most people are stuck in a cycle of earning and spending, the ultra-wealthy are focused on creating wealth that works for them. Gold, cryptocurrency, and foreign currencies serve as shields against inflation and currency devaluation. By having money spread across different financial systems, they ensure that even if one economy takes a hit, they have resources elsewhere to maintain stability. It's a financial chess game, and they never rely on a single move to protect their fortune. But their biggest advantage? Strategic relocation of their wealth. Their money isn't just sitting in one country, one account, or one investment vehicle. They invest globally, hold multiple citizenships or residencies, and leverage international banking systems to ensure their assets remain accessible no matter what happens. It's not about paranoia, it's about playing defense while others remain exposed. When economies fluctuate and financial instability rises, the ultra-wealthy aren't reacting. They're already positioned to thrive. The question is, if they're taking these precautions, shouldn't you? Are you enjoying this video so far? If you want more high-value financial insights, comment more below. Now that we've uncovered how the wealthy protect themselves, it's time to put those strategies into action and secure your own financial future. You don't need millions to start protecting your wealth. What matters is how you position yourself now before a crisis hits. The first step is to rethink where you keep your money. Instead of relying on one bank or one type of currency, spread your funds strategically. Consider holding assets in multiple locations, including a mix of cash, digital assets, and foreign currency. This way, if one financial system collapses, you're not entirely locked out. Beyond just moving money around, start accumulating financial defenses. Hard assets like real estate and commodities retain their value even when markets shake. Investing in assets that don't rely on a single currency, like gold, energy stocks, or tangible goods, provides security in times of economic uncertainty. While most people panic when inflation rises, those who own real assets stay ahead of the game. But here's where true financial protection takes shape, creating multiple streams of cash flow. Think about it. If your job disappeared tomorrow, how long could you sustain yourself? Wealth isn't just about saving, it's about generating consistent income even when the economy wobbles. Investing in dividend-paying stocks, rental properties, or side businesses can give you financial stability that isn't tied to a single employer or economic trend. And let's not forget the power of skill building. The wealthy invest in knowledge that keeps them ahead. Learning about finance, investing, and emerging economic trends gives you the ability to adapt when the financial landscape shifts. The more you know, the more control you have over your future. At the end of the day, the biggest mistake is waiting too long to act. The wealthy don't sit around hoping for the best. They prepare while everyone else is distracted. The best time to secure your wealth was yesterday. The second best time, right now. So after everything we've discussed, the big question remains, is your money really safe? If you're keeping all your wealth in one place, relying on a single source of income, or ignoring the warning signs of economic instability, the answer is probably no. But here's the good news. You now have the tools to change that. You don't need to be a billionaire to take action. Small, strategic moves today can mean the difference between thriving in a financial crisis or becoming another cautionary tale. Imagine looking back 5 years from now, knowing you made the right decisions to protect your wealth. Instead of watching your money lose value, you positioned yourself with diversified investments, multiple income streams, and financial resilience that lets you sleep at night, no matter what happens to the economy. The difference between those who struggle and those who succeed isn't luck. It's preparation. It's making the choice right now to stop waiting and start acting. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your next move? Are you going to start securing your assets, diversifying your income, or learning more about financial protection? Remember, the purpose of this video is to broaden your horizons in the realm of investing. It's not about handing you a ready-to-eat financial meal, but about teaching you how to cook one yourself. Investing comes with its share of risks and uncertainties, so it's crucial to wear your research hat and consult with qualified professionals before making any financial decisions. Keep in mind, past performance in investments is like last year's weather forecast. It doesn't necessarily predict what's going to happen tomorrow. Always weigh the risks and tread carefully when putting your hard-earned money at stake. If you found this video helpful, I highly recommend watching my next video, which is the perfect complement to this one. Thank you for joining us today. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your engagement is like applause for our efforts, and it motivates us to bring even more valuable content your way. So feel free to drop a comment below. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you in my next video.